Hey everybody, So Wookie here. In this video, we're going to go through the second teaser trailer for Pubg Season 10. We're going to go through all the little bits and just discuss what they could potentially mean and some ideas about how the mechanics might work. Hope you enjoy this video. If you do, consider liking and subscribing to see more. But first off, let's just watch the trailer together. Right, so the first thing that becomes apparent straight as the trailer begins is the player jumps off the very tall building and is clearly lining up to pull a parachute. This is leading to the theory that obviously we were getting lootable parachutes for this new map, and there's an image on the screen now of it being teased a while ago. So this is a good thing. So this new map is going to be very vertical. It's going to have really tall buildings, as we've seen in the teaser trailer 1, which I'll put a link to the first video above. There's an underground like tunnel system, so there's going to be underground, above ground. It's going to be very vertical. So I think like instead of having to go down each story of a building and just being able to jump off with a lootable parachute is going to be a great little tactic. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. The next thing we see is actually just the setting itself. So actually in the first teaser trailer, I hadn't really considered that it was a nighttime one. I just kind of assumed that because it was underground, it was just dark in general. But this is clear in this teaser trailer that it is a nighttime setting. It's going to be interesting to see if nighttime's the only setting for this map. We've never really truly had a full-on nighttime. They did do the like the Northern Lights Vikendi weather effect, which was pretty good, but I can't actually remember why, but they took that out, and I can't remember the reason for it now. It was a while ago. I think it was before the remaster as well, actually, so a long time ago. And obviously as well, when we get to the low level and it's showing a bit on the ground, it's also quite foggy as well. Now, fog is one of the weather types that we do still get in the game on the various different maps. But it's, again, is this going to be a persistent weather type on this map? Is it always going to be nighttime and foggy? If so, it'd be very atmospheric, and it would be a completely different match than all the others, because the others you only get fog very occasionally and no nighttime at all, so it would be very unique. But I suppose we'll have to see on that. Another thing to point out is when the guys are just about to jump off the building, there's like a helicopter spotlight, again showing off the helicopter that we've already seen. And I had a thought actually when I saw the spotlight, and I was thinking if it is a nighttime map all the time, obviously if there was just like an attack helicopter going around murdering people, it'd be a bit ridiculous. So I thought maybe that the spotlight is like goes around in like a searching motion, and if you cross the light, then it will start shooting you. I think that would be interesting. So hopefully it just searches around buildings, searches along the floor, and if you cross its path or if the light crosses your path, then it'll start gunning for you until you leave its line of sight or something like that. So I thought that would be pretty cool. The next thing we get to see is, again, the vehicle on the ground, the armed vehicle with the gun on the top. Again, we've seen this before, but this is like the first time we've seen it in like a teaser trailer or anything. And again, I was wondering, obviously this doesn't have a spotlight, obviously it's just headlights at the front. But in the little clip on the now, you do see that the gun points towards the player when it shoots at it. So maybe this one, whereas the helicopter will be triggered by like the searchlight, maybe the vehicle on the ground is triggered by like gunfire and noise. So it will maybe path through the streets towards like gunfire, and then when it gets within a certain radius, engage. That'd be pretty interesting. So you could, maybe if it's 8 squads, for example, you're fighting another squad on the other side of the street, and if you don't finish that fight within a certain amount of time, the armed vehicle is going to come and throw another spanner in. So you can either fight it, end the fight quickly, or disengage and maybe go underground or up a building, something to escape that. So I think there's going to be a lot of environmental factors to consider on this map, not just other players, which is going to be good. And then overall, I think it's a very urban feel. The initial building that he's jumping off is very tall. As we saw in the first teaser trailer, the underground sewer system looks awesome. And then it's showing on the ground, and it's very like narrow streets. And I think at some point it's like looking like a bit of a gas station or something. And then you see the player that's like hanging out of the hole in the side of the building. very good. I think it's going to be a much slower paced match, especially initially. But I think it'll get quite frantic towards the end and quite exciting. And that's it. So that's the second teaser trailer that we've seen for season 10. I really like the way that they're like teasing this out this season. I think it's really good, and it's building the hype. It's certainly building the hype for me. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider liking and subscribing to see more. Wookie out.